Hi friends, in this video we are going to see some basics about the trigonometry, and before we enter trigonometry we should understand some basics of triangles. What are the types of triangles and where we are going to use this trigonometry, especially we are going to use in right angle triangle. Okay, so what is meant by hypotenuse, what is meant by one side, other side, then we need to understand about the Pythagoras theorem. So everything we'll understand first, basic formulas, and then we'll move on to the basics of trigonometry. Okay, so the first thing is, what are the types of triangles we know? Now the first triangle everyone knows, familiar, is equilateral triangle. In equilateral triangle all sides are equal, all angles are equal. Next you have isosceles triangle. Then you have scalene triangle where two sides and two angles are equal. And then you have right angled triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. So here we when we do this trigonometry, we are concerned about this right angle triangle. We are going to take only talk about the right angle triangle. Okay, now what is meant by right angle triangle? Two sides will be perpendicular, that means this is 90 degree and I am going to join this. Okay, suppose if I write this as A, this as B, this as C, so this is your right angle triangle. Now right angle triangle can be in many different ways. For example, I can draw this right angle triangle in this way, so that this is 90 degree. I can draw the right angle triangle in this way, this is 90 degree. I can draw it in this way, this is 90 degree. I can name it MNO or PQR or whatever it is. Okay, so the first thing that we understood, this is right angle triangle ABC. Okay, this is triangle, right angle triangle ABC. Now here we need to understand the property of a triangle. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is always equal to 180 degree. You know the property of the triangle. All the angles will be equal to 180. So one angle is, that is B, 90 degree, we already know. So now what happens, this angle A and this angle C, it can be 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 45, 45, okay, something like that. So now what is the other important thing that you need to understand in this right angle triangle? That is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. What is the meaning of hypotenuse? Whenever you see 90 degree, okay, wherever you say 90 degree, the side opposite to 90 degree. So here you have side AC. Okay, side AC is opposite to 90 degree. So this AC is called as hypotenuse in this triangle. Okay, so I repeat again, this is 90 degree opposite you have AC. So this AC is called as hypotenuse. Okay, and next one more property, hypotenuse will be the largest side. Hypotenuse will be the largest side of the right angle triangle. Hypotenuse is the largest. So this thing you need to understand. Now suppose if I write here P, Q and R, and if I ask you what is the hypotenuse, this is 90 degree, side opposite to 90 degree, this is PR. PR is nothing but this is called as hypotenuse. So this is M and O. Suppose if I ask you hypotenuse here, this is 90 degree and this MO or OM is the hypotenuse. Okay, so this is one thing that you need to know when we are doing the trigonometry questions. Next you should know Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Now the formula for this theorem is hypotenuse square is equal to one side square plus other side square. One side square plus other side square. This is the formula for the Pythagoras theorem. Now talking in this triangle ABC. So here hypotenuse is AC, you know that this is AC square. One side square is my AB square, other side square is BC square. One side is AB, other side is BC square. Now suppose if I want to find the value of AC taking the square root, you can take it square root of AB square plus BC square. So these are some things that you need to keep in mind when you are going to solve the trigonometry questions. What is hypotenuse? What is Pythagoras theorem? Okay, so this is how the trigonometry begins. So I hope you understood what is right angle triangle. Now let us try to solve some basic questions. So the first question here, imagine I gave you a right angle triangle. Okay, I gave you a right angle triangle. This is A, this is B, this is C, and suppose if I write here, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, find the value of AC. So what you are going to do, applying Pythagoras theorem, you know hypotenuse square, that is AC square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. So AB square, that means this is 3 square, and this is BC, that is 4 square. This is 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. This is AC square. It is not AC, it is AC square. Now taking square root on both sides, you get AC is equal to 5. So the value of AC is equal to 5. So this is how Pythagoras theorem is applied, and in basic trigonometry questions we are going to use this Pythagoras and then find the answers. Okay. So I hope you have understood what is Pythagoras theorem, and now next let us move on to basic values or basic formulas, that is sine, cos, tan. Then we'll move on to the identities, different identities, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. There are a lot of proofs that is there in your textbook, but here we are just going to understand how the problems are solved. Okay, we are just going to understand how different questions are solved in your examinations. Okay, so now directly let us move on to the like basic formulas of sine, cos, tan, cotan, secant and cosecant. Fine. So there are basic 6 trigonometrical ratios. The first one is called as sine theta, the second one is called as cos theta, next one is called as tan theta, next is cotangent, or I can just say it in short, that is cot theta. Next you have secant theta, and then you have cosecant theta. So these are the basic 6 trigonometrical ratio. Okay, now they have some definition. Now let us try to understand that. What is this? Imagine if I draw a right angle triangle. Okay, this is triangle A, this is triangle B, this is triangle C. So if I ask you what is hypotenuse, so the hypotenuse in this triangle, this is equal to AC, and one side I can take AB also, I can take BC also, it doesn't matter. I can take AB, so let me take AB, and let me take the other side is equal to BC. Okay, other side is BC. So now I am going to take an angle. Imagine I told you this is B 90 degree. Let me take this angle C as theta. Theta indicates angle. Okay, theta indicates angle. I can take alpha, beta, gamma, any notation. I can take any notation. So this is angle C, this is equal to theta. Now let us try to understand the definition of sine, cos, tan, and we'll apply that values. Now the formula for sine theta is opposite side. Okay, this is opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse side. Tan theta is opposite side divided by adjacent side. Cot theta is adjacent side divided by opposite side. And secant theta is hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. And the last, cosecant theta is hypotenuse divided by opposite side. That's it. If you know these basic 6 formulas, you can say you are having a very good start in the chapter of trigonometry. Now let us try to apply this sine, cos, tan with respect to this theta, and let us try to solve the answer. This is theta, sine theta. Sine theta definition is opposite side by hypotenuse. So this is theta. Theta opposite side is AB. So I write AB divided by hypotenuse is AC. Okay, so this is theta. Theta opposite side is AB. Okay. Next, adjacent side. This BC is adjacent side to theta. So I write BC by AC because AC is hypotenuse. Now tan theta, opposite by adjacent. So I will write AB divided by BC. Next, cot theta is BC by AB because it is adjacent side by opposite. Next, secant theta, hypotenuse by adjacent. That means AC divided by BC, and finally here you have cosecant theta, that is hypotenuse by opposite. That means AC divided by AB. So these are the basic formulas for sine, cos, tan, secant. Then you need to be thorough with this, and then you have to find the answer. Now for example, in the same question, if I give you this is 3 and this is 4, find all the 6 trigonometrical ratio. Find all the 6 trigonometrical ratio. So what are you going to do? First you need to find the AC value, because hypotenuse I don't know. I am going to use Pythagoras theorem, and with the help of this Pythagoras theorem I am going to find the value of AC. That is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Just now we have done this, that is 3 square plus 4 square, you get 25, or taking the square root, AC you get it as 5. AC you are going to get it as 5. Now you have to write the values. AB is 3, AC is 5. Okay, like this you have to write the values, you get the value of theta. So this is how the basic trigonometry ratios and the angles are going to help you out in solving the question. Let me give you a question. You can do it for yourself. Okay, you can do it for yourself. The question is, imagine this is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is 90 degree. Imagine this is theta. I give this is 5, this is 3. You have to write down all the 6 trigonometrical ratio. In the same way, try to do step by step. And then once you find it easy to remember all the formulas, then you can go out with the shortcuts, like you can directly use the values and find the answer. Otherwise you can write down the formulas, basic formulas like sine, cos, tan, opposite by hypotenuse, something like that, and you can try to write the answer. Fine. So this is your homework. Just try to do it. If you're not getting it, I'll help you out. If your basics are strong, then it is easy to crack this exam. Okay, so next part in terms of sine and cos. Okay, the next part in this trigonometry, there are some values, that is tan and cot and secant and cosecant, that you have to write in terms of sine and cos. You can take down tan theta can be written as sine theta by cos theta. Cot theta can be written as cos theta by sine theta. Secant theta can be written as 1 by cos theta, and cosecant theta can be written as 1 by sine theta. Now this will help you out to reduce your time in calculation. Okay, you need not find what is the value of sine, cos every time, or you need not find the values of each and every side. When you are going to do the applications oriented question, for example, you have a chapter called as heights and distance. So in heights and distance, you will find it very easy using these shortcuts. Instead of tan theta, directly you can write sine and cos, and then you can move forward. Now this is all in terms of sine and cos. There is one more chapter called as trigonometric identities. So there also this will be very, very useful. Next, tan theta can be written as in terms of cot theta. So the formula is tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta, or cot theta can also be written as 1 by tan theta. Cot theta can also be written as 1 by tan theta. So these are the basic formulas that you need to know to solve the trigonometrical questions based on this. Next, you have for example a plus b formula. Okay, you can take down this formula. Sine of a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Next you have sine of a minus b is equal to sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Next you have cos of a plus b. Be careful here, people, they do mistake here. This is cos a cos b minus sine a into sine b. Next you have cos of A minus B is equal to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Be very careful here. People, they do mistake. Instead of plus they write minus, and then you have a very important formula. Tan of A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A into tan B. And the final formula here, I'll just write it down here. This is tan of A minus B is equal to tan of A minus tan of B whole divided by 1 plus tan A into tan B. 1 plus tan A into tan B. So these are the basic formulas. You can say in section 1, part 1 of your trigonometry, which will be very, very useful. Now, after this, what happens if you talk about the elementary trigonometry, that is in your 10th standard level trigonometry, you have all the angles which are less than 90 degree. Okay, that means you can say acute angle. Imagine if I draw a quadrant, this is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So if you study trigonometry keeping an eye on 10th standard or that level of trigonometry, all your angles will be in this first quadrant, okay, between 0 to 90. And now the NCERT have prescribed the syllabus for the 10th standard, that is they ask angles of 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. 60 and 90. Now suppose if I write the values of sine, cos, tan, everything, you have to find the value of sine 0, you have to find the value of cos 0, you have to find the value of tan, cotan, secant and cosecant, 6 trigonometrical ratio. Now how to remember this in a short, okay? This is the tabular column which is very, very useful, and many questions are asked from directly this, okay, what is sine 30 plus cos 45, okay, something like that. So this table is very, very helpful. I'm not going to do the derivations or something like that. I'm just telling the short, like what are important to for this exam perspective, okay, like directly formulas, what is required, okay, don't take too much stress. Sine 0 value is 0, sine 30 is 1 by 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and sine 90 is 1. Now if you remember these values, it is very easy to remember the all tabular column values. Now for cos, you are going to write opposite. So this will become 1. Sine cos 30 will become, this is root 3 by 2. Cos 45 will be as it is, that is 1 by root 2. This is 1 by 2 and this will be 0. If you remember these two values of sine and cos, you can easily find the values of tan, cot, secant, cosecant. I gave you just now the formula of tan, that is sine by cos. You have to divide this by this, you get the answer. That's it. Okay, so this is one thing, you can do it. Rest of the values you can find it out. If you are not getting, you can check it in the tabular column of NCERT textbooks, you will get it. If you still don't get it, you can WhatsApp me, I will help you out. Okay, so these are some basic things. Next, some basic formulas, that is sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Next, cos of 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta. Next, tan of 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. Next, cot of 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. Next, secant 90 minus theta is equal to cosecant theta. And cosecant 90 minus theta is equal to secant theta. So this everything happens in the first quadrant. If I want to convert the sine into cos 90 minus theta, in first quadrant all the angles are positive. Now in first PU, or you can say 11th standard, you will study ASTC rule. ASTC rule, okay. A means all the angles, sine, cos, tan, cot, secant and cosecant, all the angles will be positive. If I convert sine into cos, you will get positive value. That's the idea behind the A wall. All the angles are positive. Okay, so sine, cos, tan, cosecant, like that. Okay, so these are the basic formulas. Maybe sometimes they will ask you questions on this, like, you know, conversion of cos theta. In later classes we'll be doing the problems, that time you'll understand, and you need to remember this tabular column values. Okay, so these are the basic formulas. Till now we have seen it. Part 1 of trigonometry is these formulas are more than sufficient to solve it. Okay, now let us try to go and understand another chapter, that is identities. Okay, identities. Now we have 3 important identities. Let me write the first identity, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. And there is one more identity, that is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. And the next one is 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. These are the 3 identities. With this many problems can be solved. And then you have to remember that the basic conversion of sin and cos, tan in terms of sin and cos. Some of the textbooks, they will make it little more interesting, that is they will write the same formula in different ways. Now for example, here sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos square theta, or sin theta can be written as root of 1 minus cos square theta. Next, cos square theta can be written as 1 minus sin square theta, or cos theta can be written as square root of 1 minus sin square theta. Next, here if you see, this can be written as 1 is equal to secant square theta minus of tan square theta. Otherwise, tan square theta can be written as secant square theta minus 1, and tan theta can be written as square root of secant square theta minus 1. Now here this becomes 1 is equal to cosecant square theta minus of cot square theta, or you can write down cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta minus 1, or this can be written as square root of cosecant square theta minus 1. If you remember these 3 formulas, this is more than enough, more than sufficient. But some of the textbooks will give you this, and some students, they will by heart all these formulas and they will try to save the time. Okay, so these are all one and the same. So all the trigonometrical formulas based keeping an eye of different examinations like CDS and all, these formulas are more than sufficient to try these trigonometrical chapters. So I hope you understood. We have done from the right angle triangle, then we have done the basic 6 ratios of trigonometry, then I told you the basic definitions, then what is Pythagoras theorem, and then I gave you the tabular column, sin of a plus b, cos of a plus b, those formulas, and then these formulas. Now when you go to higher studies, okay, higher means in the, for example, 11th or 12th or NDA or that level of trigonometry, you will have half angle formula, multiple angle, submultiple, okay, like that. For example, sin 2 theta, then you have sin 3 theta formulas, okay, like that the things will go on. So this is enough for our basic trigonometry. Be thorough with all these formulas and try to practice more questions from your basic books, textbooks. So this is what from this video. Let us wait and see how much you are getting thorough with these basic formulas in the next video. Thank you.